Hello there, everyone. The Andrada here, and welcome back to episode 8 of our Project Architect 2 Let's Play series, where today we are working on quite a few things: Flux networks, more power, and getting auto traders set up to facilitate our EMC production and give it a little bit of a nice healthy boost. So let's get into it. Why should you never trust a pig with a secret? Because it is bound to squeal. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful episode here in Project Architect 2, where you should also probably never trust the Andrada to hit record when he's in the middle of trying to record episodes, because I just recorded an episode and we lost it. I didn't realize I had accidentally double tapped my record button. I have a hotkey, Control G, to start recording, and I double tapped it at the beginning of last episode, or the lost episode now, I guess we're going to call it. And yeah, we lost it. Luckily, I hadn't done terribly too much. So let's recap what had happened. The major things that we had done was get into flux networks, flux points, flux plugs, and an energy cube. All of which is super simple because it's all EMCable. So as soon as you get your first flux dust by going down to bedrock, getting a piece of redstone, piece of obsidian with a block gap in between, you punch it, you get your flux dust, you unlock the rest of flux networks because it all has EMC. So it's just a matter of making all of these different things, and then bada bing bada boom, you have flux networks. And then we have our flux network set up. I also have over here a netherite furnace set up with our infinite fuel. The netherite furnace has a speed upgrade and a generator augment, and it is currently producing, I believe this makes 240 RF per tick, which is really not that much. It's less than I thought it was going to be, but it generates power. And then we have our magmatic dynamo here with a resonant integral component upgrade producing 160 RF per tick total, which I guess is not as good as our netherite furnace for sure. And then I have them set up on our flux networks. I decided to put them in there because I feel like, this is the kitchen, everything's cooking, and we're cooking power up over here. I don't know. So up here I have our networks, and I have my standard network set up for flux networks. So all of our power generators are on an output network, or I'm sorry, an input network. So everything down there is pushing into a flux plug. And then I have a flux point pointing here into a basic energy cube. And then on the output side, or the other side, I have a flux plug on our output network, which I typically color green. And then that is what is powering our base, or everything that we have going on here. So we have like our netherite furnace with the augment upgrade. I have our flux point over here powering these guys. And yeah, we're doing pretty good. Like that's that. So that was pretty much what we worked on last episode. It really wasn't anything too super duper crazy. It was just getting flux networks going and set up so we could have wireless power. On top of that, we did do a couple things in regards to applied energistics too. I was working on getting AE2 inscribers set up. So let's pop on over to our MDF, our main distribution frame. My idea here with all of these is to have... we need a button. I lost a button somewhere. Don't have a button. We do have stone. Sorry. It doesn't look great. It's got to look nice for you guys, okay? So if we grab a button and we go ahead and plop that down... Oh, by the way, metamorpho tool. My idea is to take over these houses in our... bases here, or in our villages, just like we did with our villager farm or with our MDF here, and just have this is a facade, it looks so like it fits into the world. It's so natural. And then you come on inside of here and ta-da, it's gray concrete everywhere, because gray concrete looks techie. Probably once we get applied energistics in here, it'll be all rainbow. We'll add some decoration-y stuff, some requesters or things like that along the walls, and just make it look a little different, because we have a gap between, so we can go ahead and actually add things and not have to worry about it. But yeah, so my idea here is to have our controllers sit here with, we got the nice glass so we can look down into our basement area down here, which I'm going to work on making assembly chandeliers, just like we had in Project or not Project 9, All the Mods 9 to the Sky, where we had assembly trees. Well, I'm going to have them hang from the roof this time, then have assembly chandeliers. And I've learned a lot from our last playthrough, and I want to go ahead and use extended molecular assemblers and extended pattern providers to just make it so much faster and better for us ultimately as we do that, so we can hold a ton of resources ultimately. So yeah, we have that going for us. I also went ahead and made some inscribers and set them up. So we have a flux plug here with an energy acceptor, Fluix cables. Again, all of this stuff is EMCable. So at least all of the base AE2. Now, I can't hashtag search. So like if I look at Fluix crystals, that's in here. Fluix cables is in here. Certus quartz, everything Certus quartz is available. So once I made one, I'm able to get more. I was able to get Certus crystals by taking the Certus quartz block that we had mined up from our Skystone or the meteor, and bam, that's it. So we have inscribers going on. So what I have here currently, we have our, oops, please don't do that. Let's make sure. Yeah, you work right. Okay. So I have our silicone press, I have our calculation, I have our logic, and I have our engineering presses going into here. It's a very manual process right now, except for our final outputs. I have a hopper to put the items in. Our silicone and redstone sits in here. And then we have all of our presses, or our processors crafted. I did go ahead and make acceleration cards. Each machine can only handle 3 acceleration cards. As soon as I put 4 in there, we don't have enough power to be able to power that, because we're pulling 400 RF per tick as is now. I don't know if it's a limit on the energy acceptor or it's a limit on the cables here to be able to do that. I'd like to eventually put 4 acceleration cards in each of these. We'll have to see how that works. I think it's the energy acceptor that's our bottleneck, but once we get controllers set up, I can actually run real cables down here and do the thing. So yeah, that's what I worked on in between this episode and last episode. It wasn't terribly too much. One thing that we did discuss, and that I would like to see if you guys can give me any feedback on, is I'm debating if I want to disable channels in Applied Energistics, just because I did it in All the Mods 9. And it was my first time using Applied Energistics, and we made it work, right? It works great. And it's really not terribly too complicated, especially in a pack like this where we can spam controllers and really not have that big of a deal. Because of that, and because it's very, it doesn't really make any difference to us. I prefer refined storage because of the fact that I don't have to manage channels. It makes things a lot easier. I can just put stuff where I want to, run some cables, and I have everything going. However, I know that Applied Energistics is much more capable overall. It has a lot more features, especially like on the pattern providers, the blocking mode, or the ability to lock a crafter or a pattern provider until a craft is returned, makes automating a lot of machines so much easier. And you can't really do that with refined. There's no blocking mode, and there is no return to pattern or return to crafter mode. So you have to do some some comparator foo, and sometimes it doesn't always work, and yada yada yada. So anyway, that's where I'm at, and so I'm debating disabling channels on Applied Energistics, because it just. I know some people love channels, and they like being able to manage all of that stuff, and it adds to the fun for them. It did not for me in All the Mods 9 to the Sky, because I like to have all my stuff in one area. So like I would like to have all my Mekanism stuff over here, my thermal stuff, my Industrial Foregoing stuff, my Botania stuff and everything. And it works. It's fine when you have channels, but like if I get to 9 Mekanism machines, then it becomes a pain to manage the crafters. I got to run more cables, and it's tedious work that I just don't care for. But anyway, let me know in the comments like what your thoughts are on that, because I'm debating doing it. And again, ultimately, it is my playthrough, so if I want to, I'm going to. But I'd like to know what you guys think about it at least, and just give me some feedback and thoughts, because it's not something that I care to manage. So it's not adding to my playthrough, so I don't really care for it. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense with that. Anyway, so we have Applied Energistics. I have all the stuff going for this, but I do want to go ahead and pivot just a little bit this episode. Since I had done all this work and I lost the episode, I'd like to go ahead and work a little bit towards automating our or getting more EMC generating, because we have it currently fairly decently, but I want more, right? We want more EMC. Of course we do. So I'm going to pop over here to my villager farm. Now, ignore the sounds. You know what? What I would like to do is set an anchor over here. We'll call this villager farm. Accept that. We're going to go to zombie ambient. We're not going to mute it, but we'll turn it down. And then we'll go villager. Again, this is not recent sounds. There. Villager ambient. We'll turn that down. That way we can hear it a little bit, but like, and then iron golem. Yeah, like that's much better. I don't even know if you guys could hear it, but I could hear it. We'll turn that down to 5. Iron golem gets hurt. It dies. Even its step sound, I guess, can get turned down. Okay. So there we go. Now it's just not so overwhelmingly loud in here. But what I have going on over here is our Fletcher and our Oceanographer, and we talked about this. I did go ahead and make Potions of Weakness so that we could get them converted. So these are actually 2 new traders that we have in here, both of them giving us discounts because we converted them over to, well, did the whole conversion process. So what we have going on here is we can get sticks. 26 sticks will give us an emerald. And then over on this guy, 1 emerald will give us 4 sea lanterns. So 14,000 total EMC. So for 104 EMC, we can get 14,000 back, which I think is a fantastic trade. Just saying. So we're going to go ahead and clear this section up a little bit, and then I'm going to kind of sort of set this up. I would love to have cleared out this top row, but for now, it's okay. But what I'm going to do, it's going to be a very simple ultimate automation here. We're going to use a red EMC link. Eventually I think I'm going to switch this over to, maybe this is crafting diamonds currently. We'll put an ender chest here and then have it feed into a centralized EMC link. But for this, I think I need to go this route unless I want to set up another bamboo farm to handle this, which may actually be a good idea. I could literally have it chill out there. Like I can have the bamboo farm chill there. Maybe that's a good idea. So like if I have a bamboo farm here, just growing some bamboo with a breaker, and then it collects into a condenser and turns into sticks. Is that going to work? I mean, I think it should work, right? Let me get that set up. We'll be right back. Okay. Here we go. So same setup, redstone, breaker. I have an item collector pushing into our condenser, and we already have a full set of sticks. So that's going to be absolutely fantastic. So all we should have to do then is take our Fletcher trader, pop him down here, grab an item pipe, and we can set it to extract. And then, oh no, I forgot. I need to get an auto trader. So let's go ahead and back home. And we need an auto trader. I don't know why the Waystones doesn't have a sound. Auto traders are super simple. They just require netherite ingots. So we can go ahead and grab that. If I grab some ancient debris, I don't think I have any scrap left. But if I grab ancient debris and shove it into my induction smelter here, I need to figure out what do I want to hold in my hand because everything's driving me crazy. Inside of my induction smelter, that'll 2x it. Again, did the same thing. And that should get us enough to be able to get some gold. Am I out of gold? I'm out of gold. I used all my gold. Okay. I used all my gold for the AE2 stuff. Son of a poopy head. Okay, so you are not going to be in that slot. Let's put you back. Okay. So now we have gold available. Oh, we do have more silicone. Okay. I was wondering if I had made some more. Let's go ahead and shove anything that can go in there, because some of it is getting on my nerves. Okay. Cool. That's the netherite scrap, but we can go ahead and craft up netherite ingots for making auto traders. So we're going to need 2 of these. And then we're going to need what? Glass panes, redstone, and iron. I have iron on me? No. I do now. Glass panes. I'm going to need more glass panes, it looks like. So, glass. Give me that. You are going to make an auto trader in a moment. Inventory is getting out of hand, but whatever. So 2 auto traders. There we go. Now, if I take these back over to our base, and I can shove anything that can go into there in there, which is nothing. Smelted stuff. Sure, silicone got smelted, right? Netherite scrap. I'll just turn that into netherite eventually. Anyway, back over to our villager farm. If we pop in here, now I can grab my auto trader. I can place an auto trader here, which now will connect. And then I just need to grab my Fletcher. Now, hopefully, I didn't think about this, but hopefully he keeps his trades. Yes, 26 sticks to emeralds. Okay, and that's the trade that I want to have happen, is the sticks to emeralds. And hopefully as he gets, once he hits expert tier, maybe he'll be able to do it faster or for cheaper. But there we go. So input items is sticks, and then once it hits the 26, it should turn into an emerald. Good. And then from there, I just need to have those emeralds come into another auto trader, which I can do using a pipe. So we can set up a pipe here. Now, hopefully the pipe doesn't pipe out stuff I don't need. So that should pipe emeralds into here. We can get rid of this regular trader. And then we can grab our oceanographer. Go ahead on out. Bam. And then we want you to trade for this. So, yes. Can you pull those emeralds into here? Or do I need a hopper to do this? Yeah, it looks like it's not wanting to pull. Okay, so then let's just do a hopper maybe. That works? Okay, hopper works. Now we get the sea lanterns in here. And then from there, I just need to feed those into our Enderlink, but I can also go ahead and just put them straight into a, what's it called? What is the words I'm trying to say? The Andrada? Can you speak, please? An ender chest. That's what I want. I want to get an ender chest set up. So let's go ahead and grab the stuff that we would need for an ender chest. So we need, I think I'm going to do for this ProjectE. What color does ProjectE remind me of? Pink. Can I get pink dye? Do I have anything pink? Or do I have the ability? I have red dye and white dye. Red dye. White dye. I'm going to want white wool too. So I can dye this. I don't know how to dye the wool. So this and this will get me pink dye, which we can learn. I should have grabbed that first. Pink dye. Let's convert wool over to pink. Does that work? No. How do I make pink wool? I think I just have too many pink wool. Oh, it's a 1-to-1. Okay. There we go. Now I have pink wool. We can grab all the stuff. So we're going to need some obsidian. We're going to need some blaze rods. We're going to need ender pearl. We're going to need chests. And then we're going to need pink wool. And with that, that should be everything that we need to make 2 of these that are on pink, pink. Pink, pink, pink. Okay, cool. And then everything else. Can I learn you? No. Everything else that can go back into here can go on into there. Okay, so from there, then I can go ahead and output this stuff. Now, it looks like I am going to have to use a hopper for this, which is kind of sort of annoying, but that's okay. Whatever. So we'll do ender chest here and then grab a hopper. And then with the hopper pointing into there, we should get the sea lanterns coming out. And we can go ahead and turn this on now, and you can see it's going to do the thing. Now, he can't trade anymore. He's currently halted. So we probably should set up a drawer system in between this condenser because we're going to end up dumping a lot of stuff into the worlds. So I'll do that in between episodes. We'll rearrange this a little bit. Now we can't trade because it's same day. So we need, there we go. Now he's going to be able to trade again, which means we're going to get more sea lanterns. And then those sea lanterns, I can just go ahead back home. And for now, we can grab our ender chest and we can just pipe it into this EMC link here, right? So if I grab my ender chest here, pop it here, this has our sea lanterns in, and I grab my item pipes, and I get rid of this jungle sign, 4. And then we extract. Bam, that's going to pull those in, or those out. Yeah. It should. Why aren't you pulling into the EMC link, though? I don't understand that. That should be working. This is not, there's nothing coming into this at the moment. The dark matter has not come in. So why am I not allowed to input into this? Why are you not pulling these into your inventory? Okay. I don't understand that one. Anybody know that one? If I grab a EMC link and then I grab a pipe, this is item pipes, right? Yeah, item pipes. It's still not pulling these out into here. Is it because they have too much EMC is what it is, isn't it? No, because the other thing goes in there. Oh, wait, there they go. Weird. I don't know what that was about. But now it's working. I mean, we're getting more EMC. I don't know what that was about. Why didn't it want to pull into that inventory? Item import limit 3 out of 4. But it's not importing anything. Nothing is coming into this unless it's pulling out bamboo. Is that what the issue is? Add a filter for just dark matter. Don't do anything but dark matter. Like, I feel like it was pulling out bamboo, but no, this should be an output slot. But look, it says, if you look at the tooltip, it says item import limit 3 out of 4. Currently, this is 2 out of 4. I don't understand why that's 2 out of 4 either. I don't understand how this works. We need to really look into that because it makes no sense to me. But anyway, okay, so cool. That's everything that we needed for today's episode. So that means next episode, we got more EMC available to us. I'm going to reconfigure that, set up just a little bit over there for the auto trader, so that way we don't end up dumping a whole bunch of bamboo out into the world. But that's our setup. It should be pretty simple, and that's easily expandable too. So anyway, if you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it. It really does help out the channel. Sorry about the lost episode. I generally have OBS open and I try to double check, but when I record episodes back to back, sometimes mistakes happen. It happens. Whatever. We're all human. That's how we learn. So anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.